Let us prepare, make some good profits this week. Market left us big clues right here. We talked about the big move, isn't it? And the liquidity trap that we were talking about here, especially when we saw that pocket of liquidity here just waiting out for the news. Now, there was this green algorithm, so there was no reason to short. I talked about that as well. But regardless, let's find out how to be finding profits in the charts. Now, before Powell spoke, we saw the pink algorithm building liquidity here. Now, this is not an easy trade to take because this was a news candle. But if you saw this liquidity, you were prepared. And especially when you're looking out for that pink. You see, we identified the pink liquidity and the teal. And some of you straddled this fantastic trade if you did so, because you also recognized the magenta. And this would have been a beautiful trade for you even before Powell spoke. And you would have been done for the day. Now, most importantly, don't be worried if you missed something. Remember, as I always tell you, because we are developing a skill here that's stackable. You are always early for the next trade because you've learned to identify the algorithms and prepare ahead. So you're never missing out. You're not late for this trade. You're merely early for the next one. And I want to show you that. Even if you missed this large green candle, which is an extremely risky candle. Fine, if you're trading 2 contracts, 5 contracts, fine, you can't embody the risk. Take this as a gamble, absolutely fine. But if you're looking to trade 50, 100 contracts, and that's what you need to aim towards. So you have to develop the right systems, develop the right habits, and not just look at candles like that on hindsight and think, I could have got it, I should have got it. Now, if you're an elite professional, and that's what you need to embody to become, if you want to be making good money here, you mustn't think like that. And I'll show you. Let me show you. Because after the news candle, 10:06, this is what I instructed you to do. Look out for the pink algorithm. You see the pink algorithm? And look out for that breakout and retrace. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. To the penny. Because we identified that same pink algorithm already, and it was building liquidity again. So once it broke out and that red candle was my entry right here, this was my 100% trade. Now, why covet over this if you don't have a proper system to confidently catch this trade with few hundred contracts, for example, or be able to replicate it because this is a news candle? You can't control what Powell is speaking, but this I can control. And I got a 100% trade right there. Absolutely beautiful. So look out for the algorithms. And if you brush aside that you missed this and you're always ready for the next trade because you are always early, you're always prepared because you're able to identify the algorithms, you would have caught this beautiful trade right there. Now let me show you again. One more here. When we identify the yellow algorithm here, 11:29. Take a look, that yellow algorithm starting to build liquidity together with the pink. And just take a look how beautiful that liquidity grab is. And we had a very brief moment of that orange algorithm here. And this is more than enough. Just this trade alone, there you go, another 100% trade that I managed to catch. All because you were patient and you were able to understand that the euro algorithm was building liquidity and you were able to catch this trade. Now, so what if you missed this? One trade here, one trade there. And if you wanted to take the zombie trade down, you could have caught another 100% if you wanted to. Absolutely beautiful. And all these with very minimized risks because you're able to understand how to be placing your stops because you understood the algorithms. And just take a look at the algorithms. The pink, for example, penny, perfect. Now, if you can gauge your risks to the penny, now your risk to rewards will be absolutely amazing. So even though this is technically a 100% trade, but that's 100% from the contract value, it's not 100% from the risks that I'm willing to take. And you will realize that the RR, or the risk to reward, would be so much more higher than just 100%. So it's an absolutely beautiful trade. Now, the learning point of this is that you should not firstly join in the hype. You see large candles. Some of you have a gambling heart. You are not addicted to profits. You are addicted to the dopamine of catching big moves. And when you see a big move, you want to be part of the action. But instead, you need to be focusing on the objective of why you do this. You're here to make money. Some of you want to catch the jackpot. You see the difference. And there is a difference when we do this day in, day out, every single day for the rest of our lives. And you see me do it every single day. Now, so far over the past 2 weeks, and I wanted to show you that there are 100% trades that you could have taken every single day. And just take a look. Last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday, this Thursday, and this Friday. Just take a look for yourself. There are always opportunities to find 100% trades in the charts every single day by training your eyes to see the algorithms. So I want you to systemize this. I want you to create that consistency and find profits in the charts regularly, accumulate wealth, not be there to try to catch the big moves. Some of you hope with expectations, as I mentioned, trying to catch 10-point moves. Do you need 10-point moves to make money? Absolutely not. I've taught you. Even small, half-a-point move, 1-point move, and that's so much more realistic. I talk about realistic expectations, and you need to understand that because SPY does not move 10 points every single day. But you can be assured that SPY can move half a point and 1 point every single day. And you need to learn a particular way to extract profits, even if SPY doesn't move. If SPY moves 1 point, you have a way to find profits in the charts. And it's not modest profits. I've shown you 100% profits. You still can do that, all because you're able to understand how to be identifying the algorithms and structure in the charts. So please, as we prepare for the final week of August and as we start September to the end of the year, you have to recenter and recalibrate yourself. Some of you still have a gambling heart. Some of you are still trading this with the wrong expectations, with the wrong objective. And this is why you cannot find success, because you're aiming for the wrong goal. Some of you living in fantasy land. And when I say realistic expectations, it doesn't mean to lower your expectations. Because what are the chances you think you can make $10,000 a day? And you see, my realistic expectation is to raise the bar for you, to remind you that the reason why you want to do this is so you can take a trade with 200 contracts. And within one trade, you can make $10,000 every single day for the rest of your life if you want to, if you're up to it. Now, is that realistic? So there are two ways to look at this. Some of you, you're thinking, I only want to make $100 a day. I show you that the realistic possibilities, you can make $10K a day. But there are rules that you have to follow. There are systems that you have to put in place. There are risk management that you have to put in place. And it is a long process, as I tell you, because this is a lifetime skill. You're going to take time to learn. And on the other hand, some of you have unrealistic expectations that SPY will move 10 points a day. And I'm telling you, you need to lower your expectations because this is fantasy land. You are addicted to the big moves. You are addicted to the hype. You are addicted to some type of dopamine hit. Instead of having a realistic expectations that SPY can move 0.5 to 1 point and you can still make excellent profits from there. So I want you to recenter your expectations both ways. Some of it you have to lower your expectations and some of it you have to heighten your expectations. And at the end of the day, you consolidate your objective, your thoughts. You know where you have to go. You know how to get there. You know who you can bring along. And most importantly, you know why you want to get there. And when you have the why, you will make it happen. You will find all sorts of reasons. You will master all sorts of strength and courage in order to get it done. Trust me, you will do everything it takes once you're able to achieve this. Now, so stay focused. I want you to stay focused this final week of August. If it requires you not to trade, so be it. Recenter yourself, recalibrate yourself, and let's get ready for September because we have big plans ahead till the end of the year. And you have to promise me, whether you're a member or just a YouTube viewer, whatever it is, let's wrap up the year strong and let's sprint the final lap strong. Now, my ex-boss used to tell me how to differentiate the winners and the losers. And this has stuck with me for life because it tells me it's not about how fast you are or how strong you start, but the winners will always end strongly. And it's just like a race. You will notice the people without a winning mentality, when they near the end of the race, they will slow down. But the winners, when they near the end of the race, they will speed up. They will give everything that's left in their tank just to finish the race. And this has stuck with me for a long time, because if you pay attention to the people around you, and you will see this for yourself, those with a winning mentality will speed up at the end of the race, even though they're winning. So you have to end this year strong. You have to promise me with that. Promise me, end this year strong. Do whatever it takes. You know what you need to do. And you have to focus. And you need to know that there's someone here rooting for you, rooting for your success. That even if I'm unwell, I will check in as much as I can. I need to make sure that we wrap up the year strong. You've committed to something to me at the start of the year, isn't it? You've committed your success to me. Now you have to follow through and make sure you wrap up and finish strong. It's about learning this skill, this lifetime skill, so you can do this for the rest of your life by learning to find 5-figure profit trades. And I've shown you it's very possible to do it, but it's a long-term skill you need to learn. So don't rush this. And most importantly, please do not join if you're looking for signals. Signals will ruin you. You need to learn this skill for a lifetime. So you can do this every single day for the rest of your life. And we're talking about $10,000 a day. Not a month, mind you. Every single day. This skill is worth every ounce of your energy and determination to learn and master. It's not going to be easy. Why should it? But it is possible. Stay focused. Run this race strong. It will be life-changing, not just financially, but you will see how trading will make you a better person. Stay focused. We got this. Now, where do we go from here? Now, it's important you watch the videos for this week, and especially yesterday, where I talked about this particular liquidity here and this particular trap you had to talk about. And I mentioned, as long as the 5-day is not crossing below the 20-day, you cannot be too bearish. And you see that happening time and time again. There will always be opportunities for you. And you see it happening again. And just take a look. It's penny perfect. Penny perfect. We grabbed that liquidity where the 5-day moving average was. You see this dip here? That was where 5-day moving average was, exactly at that magenta algorithm. And that was after we closed the cup. Let me zoom in for you. Let me zoom it in. You see the top wick here. You see the top wick. We closed the cup, grabbing this liquidity, isn't it? And you had to look for microstructure in the 1-minute chart. And this was exactly the microstructure before the big news. They were soaking up all the sellers before the push up. And as I mentioned, even if you missed this trade, so be it. So be it. Right? If you had runners, if you had some protected swings, this is fine. You can catch it. Well done. You understand now. Even if you missed it, you need to understand technically how is that possible. Magenta algorithm, 5-day moving average, grabbing that liquidity, closing cup, microstructure on the handle 1 minute, and there you go. Right? You understand technically how it works. You understand the algorithms. You see for yourself how penny perfect they are, and you develop experience. You develop some sort of system that you can use next time. Now, thereafter, we broke out of that range. And we have now closed the larger cup here, and we are now waiting for that handle to start forming. Now let's talk about the handle, because the handle can take time to form. It will require the 5-day to start trending up, and it may take several days. Hopefully this happens so we can grab more liquidity on the way up. Now this will be an ideal scenario if we have some pullback, grab some liquidity back from this large candle, and have 5 days start to trend up again before we start pushing up here. So just be more mindful, be careful of this particular liquidity that's starting to form. And once 5-day moving average starts to trend up, you will notice that there are certain liquidity here I want to pay attention to. Now firstly, if this starts to go up but we lack some continuation, you see how the blue algorithm is an absolutely beautiful liquidity that's being built at the top. So pay close attention to that, especially if we break out of the highs but lack some sort of buying continuation structure. Otherwise, if the market is kind, we get more retest here with the yellow algorithm. and we close intraday cups right there, and with 5-day already starting to catch up. If the 5-day crosses with this liquidity, that will be ideal, but if it doesn't, so be it. You wait for 5-day before you start shorting this, because what you want to be looking out for is whether the selling is controlled, because if the selling is controlled, the bulls are still in control. So you have to look out for certain tapering at the start first. Remember from 2 weeks ago, I talked about the dump, and you see how the dump can only happen with the blue algorithm. So you wait for the blue algorithm if the tapering is starting to form before it starts to dump. And if it continues to head down, wait for 5-day moving average. We would have closed cups here, and thereafter look for tapering on the blue algorithm before it starts heading down again. Several layers before you start taking trades that are bearish, but you have to pay close attention now to where the 5-day is going to land. If it starts to trend up, or the market will start to consolidate a little bit with sellers at the top of the range here. Now, if that happens, you will see controlled selling and a break of that controlled selling. So for example, you will see cases where the green was building liquidity and thereafter broke out of the green liquidity here. So you have to pay close attention. Maybe 5-day will be there, for example. So pay close attention to this every single day. I will explain a little bit more as the market moves, and especially in the Discord server. And I will provide live analysis every single day so you are prepared for what to expect during market hours. So please take this week, recalibrate. Let's prepare for September ahead. Thank you very much for watching. See you closer to opening bell.